Hi, today we're going to look at prescription transcription or transcribing a prescription exercise. So you're going to be handed a prescription. It has all kinds of information on it. And to transcribe it, it could mean a couple different things. It could mean that you are writing everything that's on that prescription as you know it, like the doctor's name, the patient's name, the date, patient's address, date of birth, phone number. But what we're really looking for is, can you read the prescription itself? So translating it is one thing. For this prescription to translate, we would have Pamelor, and we would look up the generic name in our handy dandy little drug reference guide, something like this one, or you could Google it, and you would find out that Pamelor has a generic name of nortriptyline. Nortriptyline. Actually, it's 2 L's. And it is 25 milligrams. Now, if you look at the directions here, the directions here have a C on them for capsule. So that tells you, and you would also find this in your drug reference book, or if you Google it, that it's capsules. And it says it has a sig of 1 capsule by mouth, QID, which is 4 times a day for 60 days. Okay. Now, if you are just translating that prescription, that's what you get. Pamelor is a tricyclic antidepressant, so it's used to elevate mood or to, it's an antidepressant. It makes some people sleepy, not always. And so this is what you would type. However, if you're translating it for the patient, if you're transcribing it or translating it for the patient, you would have directions for the patient, and that would be take 1, except you want to use the number 1, capsule by mouth 4 times a day for 60 days. And I always did that in the pharmacy too. I would try to spell days, D-Y-A-S. Okay, take 1 capsule by mouth 4 times a day for 60 days. Now, when we're talking about the form, the route, and the verb, that's what we're looking at here. Take is your verb, and then capsule is the form, and by mouth is the route. Now, a lot of times on prescriptions, all you'll see is that little 1 that looks like half of a Roman numeral 1. It's got a dot and then a horizontal line and then a vertical line. And then that would say QID for 60 days. So you'd have to find out that it's a capsule, and you'd have to find out the route, and you would have to find the verb, which is take for capsules. So that's what I want to see on your prescription transcription. I want the route, I want the form, and I want the verb on there. So take, capsule, by mouth, okay? Because otherwise, the patient isn't really going to know what to do, and that's not proper form if you don't have those things on there. Now, looking at this, it's 4 times a day for 60 days. There's no quantity on here, okay? But it's a 2-month supply. If they're taking it 4 times a day for 60 days, that gives me 240 capsules. Now, on this particular one, you would have to figure this out. I think on your exercise, you don't have to do that because it tells you how many tablets or capsules that you're using, okay? And it also shows refills of 5. So it can have 5 refills on this. So this is what I'm looking for, okay? Now, if you want to transcribe the whole thing, including the doctor's name, address, phone number, DEA number, California state license number, the patient's name, which is Boone, and then your first name, address, the date of birth, phone number, etc. You can do all of that too. But what I'm grading you on is if you know what you need to tell the patient regarding how to take the medication. Okay, so I have to have these 3 things on here. It's really important that you have those 3 things. Okay, the verb, the form, and the route. All right, so this is basically what I'm looking for, except make sure that your name is on it and your class number. So it's either going to be PHT 060 or PHT 064 and the date. Okay, so make sure all of that is on there, and that's what I want to see with the prescription transcription exercise. All right, and I know when we're in class I can explain this so much better because I have the whiteboard, I have the thing that projects it, I have the projector with the screen, and I can pull prescriptions up on the screen like this and tell you all about them. And it's a little harder when I just post this into Canvas and say, translate this for me. So I'm getting all kinds of things that look like this. 1 capsule by mouth 4 times a day for 60 days, or 1 by mouth twice a day. And I need to make sure that we have all those other things on there as well. Okay, so go back, redo your transcription exercise. I apologize for not doing this ahead of time. And, you know, let's get those lab points in. Okay, thanks. Bye.